Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about one more project which is having some people are having some the dummy data of traffic police, in which we have multiple columns and rows. Let me share that data with you. Here is that file in which we have multiple columns like stop time, stop date, country name, and driver gender, driver is raw. I mean, which rules that particular driver has braked, and what are the different basically the crimes. You can say that it was what exactly, whether that person was arrested or not, and what was the stop duration, and we do have some missing record as well in that data. So we are going to do some analysis, and I'll let you know how to do it step by step. So the very first part is to import that data to the pandas environment, and then we are going to do it by just looking into the data set and what are particular things that we can perform on it. So let's start with it. Let me share my Jupyter and start with it. Fine, guys. So this is my Jupyter here, and I'm going to read this data. So first I have to import the required libraries. So that is import pandas as PD, in case required numpy as well. So let me import numpy too, and here it goes, and the data frame name I'm giving is df only, and the data set is situated at this particular location. So let me give the path, and I'm going to read this particular file. So here is the data set, and that is the path that I need to copy. Let me copy it here, and here we goes. In quotes, I'll paste the path /, and that is the file name and the extension, which is CSV, and I'm going to put R in front of it to read that file, and here we are done with it. df is here. So here we can see that we have imported our data. Let me put head to display top 5. So here, based on this data, first let me check that how many columns we do have and what are the different names of those columns. So to do this, first I'll apply let's say with info function as well, and we can use d types too. So d types will give you the data types for all the columns, so that I can look into it like what are the different data types. So I can see that the stop date, stop time, these are two columns which needs to be considered as a date. Let me go through with this. Yes, we do have a date data. So first we are going to convert that into the date and time in place of the object. So how to do it? Let me write it here. Convert the stop date and stop time columns from object to date and time, right? So this is what we are going to do, and I already made a video in which I have explained how to convert a column into date and time. So we do have to_date and time function to do it, although we have parse dates as well. So I'm going to use to_date and time here. So we are going to apply on stop time. I hope this is the correct name, right? No, this one, and we have connected it with underscore stop time, and we are going to make it pd dot to_date and time, and we can directly write df dot stop time. So here we are using stop and time as an object, and exactly the same we can do for stop date. So df, and that is our stop date, and we are going to convert that column as well. So which is pd dot to_date time and df dot stop date, stop_date. So this is what we did, right? So let me call my df again, and I'll check the D types again so that I can check whether it has been converted or not. Yes, it has been converted into date and time format now. So previously you have noticed it was like an object. This was also like an object, but now this is as a date and time. Why we did it? Basically, in case you want to check that any operation we want to perform as a date, so that column should be there as a date time column. Then only we can consider it. Otherwise, it will be considered as a string type or kind of an object. So this is the very first thing that we did. Now what we can do uh, basically we are going to check, we are going to group a data based on the gender. We do have that column here. Yes, driver gender is column. So let me apply this. Let's say what we can check, search conducted for each age group of for male and female both. Right, how we can do it? Basically we can apply directly a pivot table over it, pivot underscore table, and here I can pass my data frame, then the what column I want to have as an index. So I want to have driver, which is, let me just copy and paste the name, driver gender. Here it goes. And what else we can have? We can have the violation, so that we can basically checked gender based on the violation column. So how we can write it? Let me copy and paste it. Here it goes. Right, and once I'll run it, you will see that it will basically give you the data will be summarized into the form of the two different gender, which is for female as well and for male as well. So you can see the different violations under female and for male. Right, and for driver age, you can see that what was the average age of a driver for each and every violation, and some other different columns as well. You can see those two. So this can give you a kind of a picture over it. What else we can do? Basically, that data is like, for example, in case we want to find out the average driver age for a particular gender in correspondence to a particular gender and the violation that they did, for each and every violation, how many cases for each age on the you can say on the basis of violation that they have made. So what we can do, for example, let's say what I'm going to do, let's say min max, or let's say the average. You can have average, or you can say mean age of male and female for each violation. And also we want to check that how many cases for each age on the base of violation, how many cases for each age on the basis of violation. Right, so how we are going to do it? Let me put that into markdown or row and we convert. Right, so to do it, basically we are going to apply pivot table to summarize the data. So although we can use grouping too, but I'll prefer the pivot table part here. And ef dot index, and in index we can directly pass the driver gender, which we previously did. All right, if I'm not wrong, that should be er, yeah. And the violation, that what we can have, and for the values as well, because we don't want to display all the columns. So I'll take just driver age. So if you don't put values, so it will showcase all the numeric column to us. Driver age. Right, I may make a spelling mistake, but I'll look into it. Let's run first. And we need multiple statistic summary in one go, so we can use aggregate function for it. And how it goes, basically we can calculate mean, right? We can calculate max, and we can calculate min, what left. And basically in case you want to check the length of a particular record, right? So let me run it. Yes, we did it. So what we did here, you can say for each gender, you can see all the violations and the average age, the max age, max, that should be a minimum age and length. I don't know why it has given a max and a min. Okay, so this is what the average age, the maximum age, the minimum average is, and that is the length basically. So this is what we have calculated from there. And you see that females are more into the violation, different category of violations. So the categories under male are less comparatively to the females one. So that's what we can see from there. And this is one of our observation in case we want to check like uh, let's say let's do some more analysis. I want to check that how many people are arrested on each date basically. Let's say in case I want to do some analysis based on a date or particular date. So let's say how many people were arrested on each date, that's I want to calculate. All right, so what I can do, I can use group by here. So data frame, then group by, and we can apply the column name is stop date, and here it goes dot is arrested. Is arrested is a different column. I did a lot of work around this data set, so I'm familiar with it. You see that is arrested, it is a column name. Here it goes, it gives us a value whether person has been arrested or not, so we are going to use that one here. So as arrested, and we want to find the total unique records with their counts. So I have used value counts with that. So once I'll run it, you see that these are these arrested values, the true false, basically false whether person is arrested or not based on the Boolean value and on a particular date. And then we do have basically applied a value count so that we can see the number of occurrences as well. So here this is goes. So this is what one more thing. For example, we want to check so the maximum that you can see for this date, and because the whole data is not displaying here, so we can like it and review it in another way as well. So let's say I want to apply on which time police are most reactive. Let's say I want to check it on which time police is more active. I want to check it. So what I can do, I'll take calculate the, I'll select a stop time column and I'll do a mean of it. And this is basically the time that is given like 12 around 12 you can say. So this is basically the most active time for a police based on the stop time, like how many stops they made and what exactly the time for that. So this is what we have calculated. What else we can see, that how many male and female drivers are there. So just to get that number, how many males and female drivers are there in data. So in case you want to check that, how we can do it, we will simply select a column which is driver gender, right? And then we can apply value counts on it. So it will give you the total number of occurrences for male and female. So we have male more than female. So total 62,895 are males and 23,511 are female. And in case we want to display it as a plot bar, we can do it like that too. Let me showcase it. Driver underscore gender dot value counts. And what we can do, we can simply apply a plot bar here. Plot it as a bar. So once you run it, we have to basically import NumPy matplotlib as lib dot pyplot as plt, and we have to do percent matplotlib in line. So that is percent matplotlib in line. So once you run it, let me run all the data once again, and here it goes. So this is what you can see, that in case we want to visualize it, we can visualize that part too. And for example, if we want to check the average, minimum and the maximum age for male and female driver, so we can group our data in that way too. How we can do it? Basically, let me write it. Let's say find average men max age for male and female, for male and female drivers, right? So this is what we want to do. So to do it, basically we are going to group our data, group by, and we want to group it based on driver gender. And what else column we can have? Correspondence to the driver, age. Basically we needed an age, and we can directly apply aggregate here. And in a list we can pass all the values, like we needed men, we needed max, and we needed mean as well. One thing that you remember here in group by, when we use aggregate function, we have to apply these uh, min, max and mean values in quotes. That's what we have to remember. So here what we can see, that the minimum age for female gender is 15 and the maximum is 99. It's quite high. And for me, average is 32, which is okay, and for male is 15 and the maximum is 94. So this is what we can see from here. For example, basically we have some, let me go through with the data once again to find out more findings. Here is the data. So okay, so these are the columns. What else we can, okay, all right. So basically we want to check that how many drug related stops are there based on the male and female, right? So that we can find it out that who is more into the drug activities, whether male or the female drivers, right? So check drug activity for both male and female, right? Okay, so what we can do basically pd dot we can basically df dot group by and group a data based on driver gender, right? And what else we can have? That column name is drug related stop. Let me check it once again. So here it is, that is drug related stop, and we can do value counts as well. So once you write value counts, it will give you the total number of occurrences. So let's see what is there. Okay, yes, because we needed to convert that into a data frame. So let me write it. D's and caps. F is in caps. So I'll put it here and then I'll stop it here if I'm not wrong. And let me check the spelling for the drugs related stop. Right. Yes, that's what we did here. And we are going to store it to a drug data, let's say. And once I call it, it will look like this. Here it goes. So we have put it that into a different object. So what we can see from here, we can basically find out that the true value for female and the false value for female. So the true value for male, the true value for female is lesser than the male one. So that's what we can see from here. And let's say we have to do some more, we need to add some more analysis into that, how many, like if you want to know that female cases are less, obviously because we do have less data for female cases, right? Specifically for each gender we have checked out the drug related activities and the total number of true cases and the false cases that we added, and we grouped our data and stored it to that information. For example, now we want to extract only the true cases for male and female both. Extract true drug cases, let's say, for male and female both. So what we are going to do for this case, we are going to group our data, df dot group by, we are going to apply, and on this we can apply pass a column which is driver gender underscore gender, that's a column name, and the other column that we needed, drugs related stop. So I'm going to pass it drugs related stop. So once you run it, basically I just need a sum of this value. So I'll pass some function and I'll run it. So here I can see that the for female there are 96 cases and for male there are 719 cases. So we can see like how many cases we have, two cases we have for male and how many two cases we have for female. So this is what we can check. For example, I mean, the total number of cases that we want to find out for the true and false under drugs related activities, that also we can extract, like total cases. Okay, for true and false for drugs related activity, drugs related stop basically. So that's the column. I'll copy and paste it here. Here. So to do this, what we can do, we can basically apply a value count. How we can do it, we can select the column and we can apply a value count on it. So df, and the column is this one, and if we apply a value count, so you will get the total number of unique, the name of unique records with their occurrences. So here we can see the total false values are 90,926 and the true cases are 815. So if you sum up these 96 and 719, so they will be total 815. So that's what you can see. So for example, we want to check basically what kind of action taken by police on each date. So what we can do, we can basically apply group by and stop date and then stop outcome, other variable that we can use, and then the value counts we can apply. Let me apply it here. What type of action is taken by police, the traffic police basically, for stop for each date, let's say, right? So we are going to use group by here to group a data, and the column is stop date that we are going to have, and the correspondent column that is the stop. Let me check the name of column again. So that is basically the stop outcome, right? So here it goes. So I'll be writing that here, stop outcome, and then we can apply value counts on this so that we can check that the for this state that was the particular stop outcome, and that is the total number of occurrences that we do have. So this is what we can find out. This is one of the option that we can do. For example, like might be we want to check that how many time police has just given a warning while storing that will be coming for a stop outcome. So that warning thing, that for example how many times that has been given. So how we can do it, let me pass the problem statement. How many times police has given warning as stop outcome. So basically we have to apply a filter, and to do it, how we can do it, df stop time, that's the column, and that should be warning. So for warning, w is in caps. So this is what we can write, and we need to subset it. So let me subset this part. Here it goes. So once I'll run it, basically, okay, this is warning, this is stop time, and this is, let's say, let me put it to a different variable. And if I'll call it, no value is there, like for warning, we don't stop outcome, basically, not time. That column should be stop outcome. Okay, yes. So this is, let's give it like warning data. Let's give it a name like that. And here is also right. So once you run it, you can see the total number of these are the total records that we do have, that we had just warning as a, let me showcase you. Here it goes. So stop outcome was just warning. If you apply length over it, I believe we will get the total number of values. Yes, 5,294. So let me remove length here so that we can see all the outcomes here only. So this is that these are the cases where police just given warning only as a stop outcome. So for example, we want to check the warning cases distinguish based on male and female. So that's what also we can do. How we can do it. This time just related to this. For example, warning cases for male and female. So how we are going to do it? The data that we store for this was warning data. So I'm going to use this part here so that we can check it out. Here it goes. So on this, I'm going to apply group by, and group by based on driver gender. All right. And what I needed stop outcome, and I'll apply what I can apply. Yes, value counts. That's quite handy function that we can apply. And here it goes. So we can see that total 1,514 times it was for female, and 40,779 times it was for male. So this is like how we can distinguish as based on male and female. So like how many male and female for each violation, let's say we want to check it out, so we can do that too. For example, I'll be using a different function here. Okay, how many times, sorry, how many male and female for each violation, right? In case we want to do something like this. So if we have compare, if we want to compare two and more columns, so we have cross tabulation to do that job. So I'm going to use cross tab here, and in cross tab I can take that column which is driver gender, right? And the other column that's we needed here is df violation. Basically, here it goes. I think I didn't make a spelling mistake. And once I'll run it, we see that these are the violation, the different categories of violation: equipment, moving violation, other registration plate, seat belt, speeding, and all. And these are based on the gender. So in case you want to sum up this, so we can use margins here, exactly similar that we do with pivot table. I made some mistake here. Yes, I need to close it. Okay, where I made the mistake. I started this. Okay, I just remove it from, need to remove it from there. Here it goes. So these are the total values. That's we can see that for female, the violation equipment, the value was this. For moving violation, it was this. For others, it was this. And exactly the same we can check for female, male. And this is the total based on the different categories of violation for female. And this is for different categories of violation for male. And in case you want to check equipment for male and female both, so this is just a sum of that value. So cross tab is also very good function here with pandas, which gives you a two-way frequency analysis that you want to do. So this is how we can use it. And for example, let's say we, in case you want to check on which date and time police stop the pupil. So let's say in case you want to check it out, that also you can do. For example, you want to uh, find out the data distribution of your for the driver age, and in case you want to check out whether we do have outlier in a data or not, let me give it some idea of it. Let's say this was a data set. Let me write it here. Data distribution visualization we can do, right? For what? For driver age, basically, right? So how we can do it? We can simply apply a box plot on the data set, and we can choose a particular column on which we want to apply it. So the column name is driver age. I think it will work if I run it. Yes. So these are the outliers that we can see. Before 78, we do have some outlier in our data. So in case we want to remove it, we can remove the outliers and all. And for example, let's say we want to do some more analysis around it. I have just put it few of the key points, and now you can apply some more analysis and more understanding based on this data set. So I believe that you're clear with this, that how to do end-to-end analysis. And because going before going through with the data analysis stuff, I recommend you to go through with the entire data set and try to understand the different columns, like what could be the relation, and try to understand from which industry or domain that data belongs to, so that you may have a bit idea. And if you do not have, so sometime you get a data from completely different industry, so you have to sit, being a data scientist, you have to sit with the domain expert and try to understand that what is happening there. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much.